Oh, kitty. You can sit here. I can't have you in my lap. I'm all wet from my shower. Just no. And we're back. Not that I ever left. Well, I did. I went outside, had a shower, had some food, and now I have an urge to write some technology. Now, thankfully, I don't need to pretty much just going through that. So we're going to need a processor for this. So this is going to be a mesh create. So I did have a chat with Martine and Hover. Not interested, so I'm going to text one myself. Of all the games that, the plans that I've got that don't require anybody else, this is actually top of the list. This doesn't require almost any art, just generic art, shall we say. So pretty much it's this code here, only with the word terrain thread manager. So, terrain mesh thread. Okay, so this isn't a terrain chunk, this is going to be a terrain mesh. Now, I don't know what format it needs to be in yet. Let's have a look. It's probably just a list of verts and tries. Public bool work item ready. So we're going to have a public list. Better list. What's better list? It suggested it. Is it better? Well, we'll give it a bash, I guess. Okay, so we've got a list of what? No. Yes. Read the fucking forums. What do you want to know? Run it. It works. People are using it. Run it. Connect with Archon. It should work. If it doesn't work, let me know. You seem to assume it's working. I don't know. All I know is that it should be working, but it might not be. So you tell me. It's exactly the same as the PC dedicated server. You must use Archon. I tell you what, let's actually have a class this one. But did you actually read through the multiplayer thread? Because if not, your question is premature. Have you read through the thread? And if you haven't read it, then, well, you should. Oh, they put other thing here. So we've got the verts, we've got the try list. We'll also have the normals. and probably the tangents. Well, no. What's not clear? Like, it works. Run it, connect via Archon. Use the Archon commands. What more documentation would you like? I can give you more, but I don't know what you want. Actually, I can do it in here. I'm not bad, Umbrella Droid, thank you. MA first dot clear. Yeah, so this isn't actually useful here because this is. Oh, this will get thrown away. Yeah, it will. Now, apparently, there are some issues with the Linux server, which I have worked through, solved as best I can, but it's a bit hard to support an operating system I never use or understand. Error. Try list. Normals. Tangents. Void add try. Now what's this then? Okay. Oh, it's size x equals terrain, yeah, something or other. Actually, just do it here, int size. But Stu, is there something specific you don't understand? Because it's quite straightforward, really. Okay, so void add point back to 3L point. I feel like I'm reinventing the wheel. Even with this guy's code, I still feel I'm kind of reinventing the wheel a minute. So the only thing here, actually, to be honest, no, we don't. I'm not sure if I can do this on another thread. That's the only bit I can't remember. Oh, Umbrella, I've only just started streaming it. It's a... Imagine the bit from The Martian where Matt Damon's driving the Mars rover around as a roguelike with an infinite procedural landscape in VR. I can show you it's kind of working, but what I want to do is I want to work on some tech because I hit the limit of the Unity terrain system, which is... It's so warm here. So Willis, I don't think there's anything in No Man's Sky that can apply to FortressCraft. If you've played No Man's Sky, I hope you've got a very, very, very strong FortressCraft vibe about it. I played it going, wow. I mean, I know several of the devs on there, you see. So, it amused me. Right, I'll be back in a second. I'm going to get a glass rather than necking out the bottle. But yeah, there's an object and goal in this one, but we'll go over it in a minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on the terrain mesh object, and then I need to start rendering it. I already am using the Unity system, but I've hit the performance limit. I cannot get any more out of Unity. I'm also going to have to turn the AC on, as I'm actually sweating here. So, I mean, it's currently, as it stands, it's literally the Martian. You start out your base, you have to get to the rocket ship before you run out of oxygen, power, or heat. And you have to manage the ship systems. The goal is to make it very much like X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, if you're old enough to remember it. I used to play X-Wing versus TIE Fighter with my friend, and we would take it in turns. We'd play it together. So you actually had to... The ship management in X-Wing versus TIE Fighter was very complicated, and that was awesome. So we really wanted to... I really want to... have a look at that. Yeah, see, Stu, you now know more than I do. I don't know what a window manager is. I don't know why it's aborting. I have no clue. Right? It's a generic Unity issue, or I've done something wrong. You're going to need to tell me. Okay, so now this is the point. We add a point. I think we might actually need to say here, public void create from height field. Now, I don't know if we have a height field. I guess we probably do. So we've got the work item. Height map along to the terrain mesh object. This will run in its own thread though. Okay, so terrain where's the terrain thread? Who's owning this? Who's owning this shit? No. Oh, it's an instance. Okay. This parallelizes height map and mesh. Not spatialization. Okay, so terrain mesh creator manager dot. Trying to work out whether or not this should go into a list. Probably public concurrent queue what is that? It's terrain chunk. No, I meant the actual. There we go. On NQ, current work item. Now, currently, I need to change a lot of code elsewhere, but this should now take the thread, take the work item in, generate the height map, and then pass it on to be pushed. But the code that currently takes it up top will have to go. So in this case, oh no, we already have this, don't we? It's terrain mesh creator manager, work queue. Yeah. In fact, that's current work. It's a terrain. Do we take in? I'm confused. What's the handoff to this? That generates a height map, which then spits out. Oh yeah, okay, because it's self-contained. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. So this is self-contained. So we say, here we go, do some work. So what we could actually do here is public terrain mesh object. Oh, go on then, why not? So at this point, oh, Tarakesh, you're here soon. Is it this week? I did mention you. When are you here? This week, oh right, the 8th. Okay, weekend. Oh god, I didn't realise you were on a weekend. Cool. When? Okay. I've got a new phone. I think I've got WhatsApp on here. Weekend. What's the weather going to be like at the weekend? Oh gosh, it should be nice. Yeah, I need to get WhatsApp. 27th. Saturday. Oh god, that's going to be busy. So I'm definitely coming by bike then. So I'll get that going back on my phone. You've got my actual phone number though, so you can always get me. But I hope it's nice and hot. I'll be on my bike, you see, so I'm hoping it's really, really warm. Yeah, so the terrain thread manager will then take it, generate a height map, and then pass it on to the create this one, which will then. So in this one, we'll say. Generate mesh. Okay, so if mesh, terrain mesh, error requested generation gen of mesh, but we already got one. Well, I've got cloud and sunshine and like 25 degrees. Brighton is going to be fucking rammed though on a Saturday. I just didn't remind you on a Saturday, so yeah. They're okay, Cryptic. They don't have all the bolts it needs. And I was told by my mechanic to take the I was told by my mechanic, and my mechanic says don't do that. You don't go, oh, but I think that these bolts here are not purple. He's like, do not change those out with lightweight, less strong ones. I was like, oh, okay. Alright, I'll do that. Other than that, it looks nice. I keep thinking about getting handlebar risers. It's to say it's an aggressive riding position is an understatement. But it looks nice now. I need to get some trim for it. I mean, that's the last thing I've done to it, really. I've just kept it clean, put some miles onto it, got a few scratches. I mean, the bolts are perfectly strong. They're not steel, they're aluminium, but they're not softer. But he said that counts as load bearing if you have an accident with those on, they won't cover you. I was like, okay. They should be strong, but I was like, okay, that's fine, no problems. You said don't do it. It's a shame. I want to find like almost like nail polish. I mean, I don't move them. Darkesh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Oh, yeah. Terrain mesh object. Public. Yes, we will have perfect colour. I to be honest, I haven't tuned in ages. The only reason is my cats are outside, so I haven't bothered. Well, Cephas is actually staring at the air conditioning unit, and my webcam just hasn't been from when I last used it, so I don't care if you see me. I don't go on and fucking watch you in the first place. I'm working. If you want to stare at me, you're weird, not me. Yeah, so what happens, we basically have, this is quite interesting. So we actually have a number of, this is running on 4 threads, yeah. This runs on 3 threads. Height map and disk is on the TTM thread. TMC is done on, mesh creation is done on the TM thread. Finally, assignment, when complete, is done on the Unity thread. But yeah, more importantly, Cryptic, the bike is still incredibly fast. Like, holy Jesus, mother of fucking bastard fast. And I love it. I've really been enjoying riding it. Really, really, really. Holy shit. Whoosh, amazing. I went down to see my mum. So I did, how many miles I do on the bike? 500 miles in 3 days on a hypersports bike. That was quite tiring. That wiped me out, that did. Okay, so create from height field. That's done. Terrain. That was the right one. Terrain chunk. Let's call it generate mesh from height field. It's a better name, right? Yeah, I did a wheelie, but I didn't mean to. I let the clutch into it and it went, what? It went, but I maybe got the wheel a quarter of an inch off the ground. I mean, you can wheelie anything. As if you've ever seen the Triumph Speed Triple, I've seen people wheelie that thing. It's not sensible. Okay, so then we've got mterrain mesh.generate. Init mesh or something. Otherwise, mterrain mesh dot create from height field. Now, height field. Now, currently, I'm writing out splats and steepness maps and all sorts of things. Which is settings.height map resolution. Yeah, train prices are, I can tell you the reason why. It's actually, well, I say interesting, but it's actually quite fascinating. Float comma Okay, so now in this case, now we're back. Now we actually know how big we're doing it. So yours is the Harley, isn't it? I forgot what it is now. You've got it's not the 950. Wait, Tarakesh, you think that's expensive? Holy shit, that ain't expensive. Not for this country. I love this guy. So this guy's giving an example. Thanks, brilliant. And he's using the I and J instead of, X and Y. That's the one. So let me explain. You got the wheel that far off the ground, right? Because every time I've done a wheelie, I've done a few. It's like, oh my god, I'm like this, and then from the X number, you've gone like that. The moment that front wheel goes slack in your hands, oh, it's a scary. Oh yeah, Tarakesh, England's expensive, but that's not expensive for England. Terrain height. Okay, vector 3 LVec equals new vector 3 x comma LR height times LR terrain height comma y. Can't remember how big the terrain actually is. Okay. Yeah, I know, but what I mean is, when I've done wheelie, you're like, yeah, fucking evil can evil, and you know, are you? Yeah, when I've on my Ninja, I've both broken traction on the rear wheel and wheelied. But I have a lot of respect for it because there's no tech, there's nothing, there's no traction control, wheelie control, anti-lock brakes, and unlike most, unlike the newer ones as well, the first and second gear have all 200 horsepower. In the modern ones, they reduce the amount of horsepower in those gears, which should be nice. Oops, X. X, oopsie, X times Y. So we've got X plus Y minus 1, X minus 1 plus Y minus 1, X minus 1 plus Y minus 1, X minus 1 plus Y. See, it's this bit. Thank you so much, whoever you are, kind stranger. Thank you so much. Because that's the bit that takes ages, getting that right. I've got too much fear to do much of a wheelie. I don't know, like I said, how much I need to overdo it to flip the bike. Like, how long can it be from beginning to wheelie to, oh dear, I've put the bike upside down? I don't know. Do you really want to come up on my lap again? Are you serious? No? What do you want? You do what? You've had food, water, sunshine, love, brushing. You want me to... What do you want to do? You want to bring the bed closer? Huh? What do you want? Do you want to be famous on the internet? You do. Oh, you're so famous. Poor thing. I've had to do a lot of brushing on him recently. Yeah, see, he's quite happy. And I can just lay back like that, and there we go. Now, if we could just put on some television, just sit here, just chill. It's me and my pony. Oh, fuck off. Ah. No, I just put you down. You can't come back for more. Go to bed. There we go. Okay, we also need a series of vector 2s. Not sure if these are needed. I think we actually just calculate the UV from world space. But this is the thing. He's calling I'm pretty sure I can't call these functions. Okay, that should do it. Terrain set neighbours. What's that about them? It's hilarious. Unity is so designed for this. You can't actually use it in anger. Ah, okay. That's cool. But I'm not planning on doing any lodding. Not currently. I might generate low, medium, and high lods. Shouldn't be too hard if that's the case. And then generate a low, a medium, and a high in that case, in that order. But we'll see. That's definite long way away tech. Okay. show. Now, I won't be doing any of this. This is a good thing. I will be saving a bunch of time on the splat maps because I don't need to do that anymore. Because Unity uses splat maps, which is just fucking retarded. Like, it just doesn't need to. But yeah, we will be able to just basically do a better system than Unity's terrain. Unity's terrain is... I don't really know what they were thinking. I don't know what they were thinking. Now, currently... is height map ready? Okay. Public bool is mesh ready. Public bool assign mesh. So essentially my problem is Unity's terrain system is kind of working. It's kind of like it works. I'll show you in a minute. And it's like, oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that works. The problem is, it doesn't quite work to the nth degree. So what happens is it starts to use up CPU time, it starts to use up cull time, and you're getting these big jolts as it connects, and it's very bad. So if you guys know Star Forge, okay? This is exactly Star Forge's problem. What I've got here works perfectly over 20 square meters or 100. It works. There is no problem whatsoever. What doesn't work over an infinite universe. It just it's unplayable, and it's unplayable on this rig. If it's not at this rig, perfect. So when I first got this is based on a tech demo I downloaded for Unity. When I first got it, it was taking around 4,500 seconds to generate the threads. Now it's taking 18. And you know, that ain't too bad. It's not brilliant, but it's also taking a further 8. So it's taking about 16 milliseconds, and that's what I want to cut down. Oopsie. I wonder if there was a tangled bell end. That was the thing we always used to make the joke at Cards Here. We'd always search for that. But yeah, the game itself, it uses the rendering system. But you can see that jolt, 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 jolt. That is the terrain being created. Now, once the terrain has created itself, once that's done, come on, Unity. Yes, it's currently running at 10 frames a second. Once that's done, the frame rate will shoot upwards. So there's the terrain. Not bad, eh? Even if I say so myself. Multi-ridged fractal noise. Also, and I don't even like the terrain popping, like at all. Like, it's just horrid. Cool. So now it's finished generating. Well, we're running at 40, so that's interesting. That is interesting, by the way, because I think it might be down to the stream. When I wasn't streaming, I can't render culling. Yeah, so we've got this issue. We're doing terrain flush dirty, so it's all the popping of the LODs. And I don't want the terrain to LOD, which is annoying. But the game itself's currently 100% playable. So you start off here, and you have to get to the final point. The idea will be that you can create your ship, unlock new components. You'll be able to then create a better ship. I actually think Unity breaks with this many terrain items. There we go. We're now creating new bits of terrain. So if we look at the profiler, you can see there we're running at 75, 80 frames per second, and then bang, we're creating one new terrain item, 5 milliseconds on the dirty, 5 milliseconds on the base map. And then we've also got here 7 milliseconds on the base map and 3 milliseconds on that. And there's nothing I can do. That's not me. The only thing I can do is to make less smaller terrains. But I'm already beginning to sort of hit a bit of an issue there. Okay. So. Okay, chunk.value.create. Oopsie, what's it called? Yeah, the thing is, Tarakash, all I'm doing is yes is the answer, but I'm having other issues now. Here's one of the potential problems. Now, what I'm going to be doing is fine, it will work, but what I'm not currently doing is generating the collision mesh. Now, I don't know where that happens. Somewhere, we're creating a collision mesh, and I haven't seen it on the profiler, but it happens somewhere. It's not magic. Has it maybe the next frame? Yeah, there it is. Physics.processing. So we've added a new thing. That takes up 5 milliseconds. Now that's okay. That fits within the frame rate. Well, at that point we're actually adding another thing. So it might be that I can't add them, but we've also got all these other things. All of the coals, the lods, terrain. Too complicated. Too complicated for what I need. I'm happy to pre-generate my own. Unity it's got quite a good terrain system, but not a brilliant one. But yeah. Okay, so this should now, hopefully, just do... mesh object. Okay. Oh, we don't need to do that, do we? We already are a game object, I think. Are we? I don't know if we are. No, we're not. Okay, there we go. I need to... create terrain game. Oh. Okay. I need to do that then. Okay, that's pure... yeah. Okay, that's... Anyway, I'm seeing potential bugs with the old one, but Unity is not clever enough to put stuff on different threads. That's one of its big problems. So I want to multi-thread this up anyway. I'd like this to run on something less than my machine. There is a possibility I will still have an invisible terrain using their mesh, FortressCraft, using their physics system. Okay. Oh yeah, so we're actually going to want to... Actually, let's not do that yet. We will be. All of these things will become much more optimized. So what we're going to do, we're going to see how much work is being done. In fact, was it actually generating work? No, don't think it was. I have done too much FortressCraft. I do love it, I do, but I do need to do other things. I do need to get my space. What's it called? Terrain Thread Manager. Okay. Public terrain mesh creator, terrain mesh creator manager. I was expecting to see some messages going, I've created it, but we're going to try and get that frame rate up. I mean, way, way, way up. Good. It's broken. Downside, we've got errors. So let's have a look. So we loaded it. So we load it. So we generate the height map there. Ah, right. Okay, that's why. So terrain mesh creator manager dot instance dot work. I forget what it's called now. What did we dequeue it from? That's why. Yeah. The chances are exceptionally high that this will outrun us. Okay, generate. We don't need that anymore. To do reprofile and decide on the threading. Oh, The Martian's an ace film. Oh, it's good. It's really, it's as close as we get these days to hard sci-fi. Really good film. Highly recommended. Thought that might be the case. Error, internal correction indicator. I thought that might be the case. So that has to wait. This has to be called on the main thread. That's fine. I thought it might be the case, so that's cool. Which is a pity. Right, terrain chunk. Drain mesh from height field. Yes. Oh. Oh, surely mesh ready equals true. Okay, that's on that. We're currently running 3 threads. I suspect that's going to expand. So again, No Man's Sky, very, very, very impressive tech, but I don't think they pushed the tech wide enough. So I don't think they're running on enough threads. I have the luxury of running on a machine with a hell of a lot of cores and a lot of allocated RAM, apparently. Anything I can kill? Not really. What the hell's the rest of it going on? Oh, it's just crunk, yeah. Ah, yeah, 52%, that's fine. I forget I got 32 gigs in here. Okay, so, mesh ready. Okay, I don't actually need to do that at all. Okay, so I'm hoping we should see nothing but get no errors. You know, just a few compiler errors. No compiler errors, I just forgot to say that. Okay. But yeah, this idea came about from playing No Man's Sky, because I was like, it's a shame there's no vehicles in it, like the ones in it after. Ooh, I thought. Hold on. Error, mesh wasn't ready. I'm glad I put these checks in. I'm not calling it, that's why. Let's call this ready for game object. Public bool ready is ready for game object. If and is mesh ready. So I'm not expecting to see anything. In fact, what I'm actually doing here is going from a very pretty and working game to a broken one. But you know me. My drive endlessly is performance. The problem with FortressCraft is I've kind of hit the limit of what I can squeeze out of it without writing some really complicated things. Hey! Oh wow, yeah. Well, I've saved myself 2 milliseconds. Big deal. Okay, so it shouldn't be that hard now. Now the real issue is going to be the mesh, the physics. Now again, currently I have no control over that. So example, I cannot disable or re-enable. I cannot disable or re-enable collision meshes that are half a world away. It's just not possible. Stupid. So I don't think we hold on to the game object, by the way. We hold onto it via that. Okay. public game object, M game object. Okay. Oh, that's very sweet of you, sir. Oh. Yeah, not that one. Stop looking at it, and not that one. That one. Is mesh ready? This one. Oops. YouTube. I have nothing good to say about Twitch. I have literally zero good things. I can't think of anything good I can say about Twitch. I mean, what's good about Twitch? Nothing. It's got slightly nicer fucking I don't know, nothing really. Right, these are going to be the wrong size. Currently they're 100, which is just a completely random fucking size. That sets length and height. Like, that's the physical size in them. Yeah, but critic, there's no traffic, so it doesn't matter. Like, yeah, there's more people. Well, there isn't. Let's be honest. Are more people on YouTube than Twitch? No, Twitch is bigger. But there's no traffic, so there are people there who aren't doing anything. So it's kind of pointless. No, that actually should be just so terrain mesh creator. Float. I've done 250. Idiot. Oh, my Vanis, it's just been code. I have run through the existing game. I will fill you in briefly. The game is in such a point right now that it works and it's playable, but it has a massive performance issue caused by Unity's ridiculous lack of threading. So I am replacing the Unity terrain system with my own. The basic game idea is that you start off, you've seen Adapter, right? So it's based on the Adapter engine. You start off with 4 wheels, a cockpit, 2 bits of armour, the end. You will have to try and get bits back, so it's a roguelike. You will fail. The idea is that you grind, repeat and play the game, but each time you play it, you'll get a little bit further, you'll get a little bit more gear. Then you can build your ship up and up and up. It's a kind of like an endless upgrader. I've currently got this most enormous ship and I can do the level easily. Reverkin likes the idea of expanding it after that one. The thing is, what I want to do, and it's something I'm quite bad at, I want to release a game and have it this big, and then make a sequel, and then bolt it onto the game to this big, and then do a sequel, rather than doing patches. So I like the idea of taking this roguelike game and then expanding it to being you've got a base, and there's like solar farms and hydrogen farms, and you have to go out there and do the things with the vehicles. That'd be cool. Okay, so one to eight. 1 to 8. What's the word? Accuracy terrain at scale 100 should be 100 divided by 128. It gives 1 vert every 0.78 meters. Well, the thing is, most VR games these days are ports of existing games. Now, vehicle games are fine, I found. So this is a vehicle game. You spend your time inside the cockpit, so you'll be able to use all the levers and switches. You don't actually sit there and drive it. What you'll do is you'll go, right, okay, cool, and you'll push the lever forwards like a train, and it will lurch forwards. And then while it's driving, you'll be switching out, looking at your oxygen. That's cool, right? There's no storms, that sort of thing. To be honest, I don't know. I mean, why? What is it the current ones don't offer? So I've been through 3 generations of Oculus Rift, right? If I had had the first one, and that was the only one out there, I would still say it's brilliant. Sure, the new ones are better. Sure, you can play it going, I wish there was more resolution. But overall, they're fine. I mean, what you're saying, Cryptic, right? Let's pretend that it is now 1992, right? What you've just said is, well, monitors are 6 foot above 480. I'm going to wait for 1080p. You don't get to play it for 15 years. Why would you do that? Resolution is there. I honestly never had a problem with the resolution of them. Yes, they are better, but the iPhone 3 when it came out was amazing. Because iPhone 4? Not even close. Was it good for the time? Yes. And these are definitely good for the time. I've sent my Vive back, by the way. It's primarily a Vive game. I've got the touch controls. It's a freaking nightmare to try and do those things. But yeah, no, I agree on the early adoption thing. I mean, right now, I couldn't say which one's going to be the industry winner. Thankfully, Steam have done the cross-platform stuff. So it should be, and this is something I need to do a little bit of prototyping on, should be the case that you can write a game to work on either. On the glyph. What's the glyph? What's the glyph? I don't think it really matters because it doesn't know you can wear that with glasses. You look so stupid. Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe. Let me guess, right? It's not out yet, but they've got a Kickstarter and some tech. Uh-huh. Fuck off! Right, then I won't go read your website. But they just said it's not full. It doesn't fill your field. It doesn't fill your field of view. So yeah, not interested. Crypt, are you shitting me? You are actually... Holy shit, what fucking... Okay, Star Trek Bridge... Oh, there it is. No, it's not that one, it's Bridge VR. What's it called? Have you not seen the trailer? Ubisoft are doing a Starship... Come on. Now, whether the game will be any good or not, who knows? This could be the first proper AAA VR game. Now, let's be honest, yeah? Notice the very quick shot. So you're looking at this. Yeah, this ain't AAA quality here. But holy shit, could that be good? Could be really, really good. Now, why the fuck they're not using SSRR? There's a distinct lack of tech. That to me looks like a Unity game done by morons. No ambient occlusion, no subsurface scattering, no screen space reflections. Poor. But the game idea, that excites me. That really as a game. I love Artemis. I love Space Team. That should be good. Maybe it'll be rubbish. You never know. Maybe. Right, back to work. Okay, so this is... I mean, it's been done before. There is a Star Trek Bridge Commander. I completely forgot it even existed, to be honest. But it's... If you're not in VR, who cares? Yeah, I bet you anything like that function is going to be horribly expensive. So you want a mesh filter, a mesh renderer... Cryptic, I haven't noticed much difference, but most games are written for a 970, so it's not as if that the games are framing out anyway. They should be a lot better, but I've genuinely not spotted anything. Oh god, I can't type the word settings. Steve, now it all seems to work. It's live. There's little things like it seems a bit of a pain to control click or you know, those sort of things, but all works okay. Well done. Okay, yes, I should really hope so, Cryptic. Steve, thank you so much. I tweeted about it, everyone seems excited. The only thing I changed, I added in the count of the amount of items. I would, if you can answer the questions about the... what the compare function does, I've just compared not null and item ID. Okay, thank you. I will make a note for that one. I only checked the item. It'll probably today's patch will crash then. Oh no, because it will be 0. Yeah, today's patch will screw stuff up, but hey, that's what I'm doing there. No, Cryptic, it's really not. I mean, that's why I'm working on this game here. This game hopefully should be an ideal VR experience. That's the plan. Having said that, I haven't tried it in VR yet, but it should work quite well as a normal. Huh? Oh, NA try this. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I'll fix it for tomorrow's patch. That's all right. But thank you, T. That was awesome. Because I got it and I'm like, oh god, it's all relying on this community stuff. But it's fine. What was the answer to the as question, by the way? Like, I don't know why you don't just use the actual as. I don't know what's the point in that thing. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Failed settings and triangles. Index count 98,000. Oh dear. Okay, so a try list has... okay. If m size times m size times... no, that's it. Size times size is greater than 6. Error. Unity was designed in 1982 and therefore can only support 5535 Hz. I didn't know what the .as function was. That's a function in the communities thing, but I had no idea what it was. So I'm like, looks like you're just casting it to me. Thank you. Not that I know of. Casting and as, the difference between those is one of them will return, one of them will throw a cast error, one of them will just bring back null. I don't know what the .as function does. I fundamentally have no idea what that does. What's wrong with this? Some indices are referenced out of bounds vertices. What have I messed up here? We create a height field vector there. Oh, I forgot to add it. Nah. No, it's not a .NET thing. Well, it was erroring for me anyway. So at the very least, it's not a .NET 3.5 thing. Hey, shit. Holy shit. That's working. Wow. Now, it won't work, but holy god, that was fast. Like, I've got no material assigned, but holy god, that was quick. Let's go to the debug terrain. Wow, that's... Stopped. Is it because we're... I'm pleased and amazed all at the same time. Like, I'm not going back to Unity's terrain system. Like, forget that. So that's the thing. Vehicods are very good at pushing verts. Curious why that's not... Oh, right, because I typed in the wrong numbers. Okay, let's create a bigger mesh. I'm really happy. I thought this would take me a long time. Oh, it's so quick. Holy god, that's fast. It's not just that it's fast, it's that it's not murdering the frame rate. No, they're inverted. Unity's terrain system is ass backwards. I know exactly how to fix that. Easy peasy. But look. So we'll stop there, right? My system. Tiny spike there. Tiny little spike. What was that? Yeah. That's going. Oh, yes. That I can do. That's going. And a GC collect. So I did something. Yeah, fuck you, Unity. Yeah. There's Unity. So Unity was taking 120 milliseconds. I'm currently taking 20. 6 times quicker. Oh, yeah. But we have yet to progress. Now, next thing is Y and Z. Rather than rewrite lots of code, we'll just flip X and Z to match the fact Unity terrain. They should actually fix that now. I don't have the material, I don't have, all of those things, they don't exist yet. That was Y, not Z, isn't it? There we go. Happy now? Interesting, because I've got the height completely wrong. I may also have the normals back to front. I probably do have the normals back to front. Oh, that is fantastically quick though. The rest of it's easy. Okay, if this doesn't work, I'm only going to do this once. If it doesn't work, I am going to strip out all of the flipping. Oh, no, I don't need to do that. Twit. Twit, twit, twit. All I did is I switch these around. The height field has its... I don't know why, but the height field that Unity expects has its X and its Y mirrored to the rest of the universe. Who knows why? But now I do is grab the wrong part of the height field and it should just work. I hope. Cryptic not at this point. Maybe when I'd like to avoid Unity menu. Sorry, VR menus are about about being interesting and doing cool, interesting things. Unity crashes quite a lot running this game, despite all the threading I'm doing. See? Okay, happy now? Okay, we're out by 1. Why are we out by 1? I think this might actually be divided by size minus 1. It might be plus 1. Yes, it's cryptic. So all of the screens, you should hopefully be able to flip them between different behaviours. Oxygen readout and distance and everything. There you go. Come on, someone tell me they're impressed. It's still running smooth. Now the only problem is there's no physics on this. Now this is the bit that's going to scare me. Now this is the bit I can't do anything about. The solution. Oh, there is a solution. I don't even want to think about it right now. But we don't want to think about the solution yet. But. In-game object dot add component mesh collider. That's it. Now that could be slow. If anything's going to be slow, it's going to be that call. Stu, did you read through the thread, by the way, the patch 12 thread? Because people have got the Linux version working. I mean, I'm going to eventually need to fix it. Oh, yes. Ow, ow. Ow, that's more expensive. Fuck you, Unity. Fuck you right in the fucking ass. I thought that might happen. But the terrain doesn't do this. No, it didn't actually answer his question. Oh, for goodness sake. Now, the confusing thing is, it wasn't doing it. Now, I was considering, you see, having a terrain and disabling the renderer on it. Nice. Regenerating mesh collider Unity. Oh. I can't believe there isn't a way to do it. I've got a thread. I'll do all the work. Here's your data. Because the problem is, I can see it from here. It's baking the collision data, and it's taking 90 milliseconds to do so. Mesh bake physx collision data. Yeah. Wait, I think I know. Oh, shit. Someone I used to work with. On starting up a game, it waits for 300 seconds. See, unfortunately, these are all old things. It looks like it used to. Ah, here we go. This is what we want. This is what we want. No, Tarakesh, it's the generation. It doesn't matter. Firstly, there's no hardware acceleration in Unity. The issue is the generation. Now, the terrain is not doing this. The terrain is doing something else. Like the Unity's terrain collision is super fast. I love everyone going, don't use mesh colliders. Right, shut up. Now, one thing that is interesting. Otherwise, I can't write the game. That's where I'm at, unfortunately. I literally cannot write this game unless I can solve this technical issue. the next step would be to write my entire own physics system, which is not simple. Yeah, it was horrific. Yeah. Well, it's true, don't name your server that. I mean, I can make a simplified mesh. Making a mesh is cheap. True. Why should it be the Mac? I don't care what you name your server. Why should I stop you naming your server how you want to? Why would I do that? This must be possible. The problem is Unity's answer, it's full of questions, not really that full of answers. Well, I was hoping for 10 milliseconds, maybe. 10 I can absorb. 30 I can't. 90 is impossible. Like, I want to pre-bake this data and give it to it, going, I will do it for you, here you go, I did it on a thread, which is what I'm doing with the mesh data. That's so... I mean, I could... 90 milliseconds is too many. I can't even do my final ditch solution, which would be just to generate the meshes quickly. I mean, I'm creating... Oh, that's so quick. That's amazing. Like, that's awesome. Yay. And they look great. Like, you know, and they look even better with all the textures assigned to them. But I can't do a convex collider because that would look like that. Then on the next solution, I can probably solve this for tyres by removing the current tyre code using a replication of the wheel collider and firing downwards. But I can't then allow other bits of it to hit the ground. Just out of curiosity, just in case there is something. But I don't know why I can't bake this data, or say physics.bake data on a thread. Going, or find someone who's done it. Yeah, one call, 88 milliseconds. No, physics. I would say I'm perfectly happy and capable of baking my own collision data on a thread and passing it to PhysX once done, but I've no idea how. The problem is Tarakesh, no. In Unity 4, the only time you'd see this on the profiler is if you scale the collider, because it causes a regeneration. That's the problem. That was the problem. Because you're recreating it. I'm creating it the first time. This looks very familiar. I'll be back in a moment. Yeah, unfortunately, all of the old hits you'll get are about scaling them, which isn't the problem. Blech. Sorry about that. Went to feed the cats and noticed there's fly eggs all over their food from... God, I spent like 3 hours ago. Right. I'll probably have to put a post up on the uniforms. I don't think this is possible. But I don't see how Unity's terrain is generating it super duper 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 fast. Yeah, oh, here we go. Hey, okay, excellent. This looks like good. And there's a motor ride. Oh. What? What? Okay, right, shut up. Answer the question. Stop arguing. You ever get a solution to this? Jeez, Brico. I'm in exactly the same position where everything is threaded and lovely until I add the mesh collider to my game object. Then it just takes around 90 synchronously. That's a word. No, okay, it's not like that. Synchronously bake the physics data. I'm perfectly happy to bake this myself and hand it onto. Doing so. Like, this is what happened. Did the guy rewrite it? Give up writing his game? That's ridiculous. Like, he's like, oh, add loads of box colliders. Like, oh, shut up. I don't think Sean's hated just because people are ranting about him. Maybe it's true. I haven't really thought about it. It's a good idea. I tell you what I could do. Really? I do love the quotes there. Quotes. Where did he say that? So. Right. I do love their the game always looks like a smoother version of FortressCraft. I love the blocks. I really love the way they've done their blocks because it looks exactly like FortressCraft. That is a super old picture though, because they don't look like that anymore. Daily Star. Yeah, see, there's things like this. He has suggested that. That's not the same as will. That's the problem. That's where the No Man's Sky shit has come from, yeah? From people like the Daily Star writing comments like that. Yeah, so Hitsuo, right, I'm going to call you out on this because Sean is my friend, alright? I have known him for many, many years. I've known a lot of these guys, right? You said, quote, he's gone back, he promised no paid DLC future, and 8 days later came about saying a paid DLC reduction. No. This is why, because what will happen is now Cypher Dragon will go, oh, well, I heard, right, so what he's actually said, he couldn't categorically rule it out, explain that it could happen if, quote, maybe in the future there's some reason why we couldn't just possibly afford to do a certain feature without charging for it. Yeah? That was what he's actually said. What you said was, they have announced they have DLC in production. Not true. And this is the thing, that all of this fucking No Man's Sky stuff, it's people taking shit out of context. Like that. What you did, you just took it massively out of context. I don't know, Urbanus. Yeah, but people are hating him because people are taking what he's saying out of context. But yeah, it's just, oh. La 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 la. Where's it gone? Turn chunk. I want to break my own treasure mesh and just hand it off. OTMS is fine if it's happening off thread, but no. On the Unity main thread. How can I request PhysX to make a collision mesh? Yeah. Like, I don't get any access access to these things? Like, it's just nothing. And that means the game can't be written. I mean, I cannot write it without that. Stack over. You're just linking videos, so I don't know why. Yeah, doesn't matter. Who cares? I've offered him, if he wants to chat with someone who's been in his situation, I'm here to chat with people. That's it. That's the entire documentation. I have one last ditch attempt, but I don't like it. Yeah. What I don't know what Physics Engine Unreal uses. It uses the same thing. Okay, so what I'm going to try and do is generate a much lower resolution mesh. I'm disappointed. This is a great idea for a game. Just as ever, it's not what Unity's the best at. Dynamic stuff, procedural stuff. The level generation's cool though. Like if I don't care about the, I'll probably. I've still got some options, and one of them is to strip out all of the rendering from the terrain and just use it as a collide. Just bonkers. Yeah, it's not. Telegraph, there's nothing wrong with the collision. The problem is, I'm saying to Unity, hello, here's my new mesh, and it's like, right ho, I've generated it all on a thread and stuff like that, and I go, can you make physics for it? It goes, I'll be back in 90 milliseconds. Now if it was 9 milliseconds, I'd already be unhappy. 90 is impossible. See, I think that might be -1. Maybe. Now, I was thinking about generating low laws anyway, so it's not as if it's not a bad idea. Vanas, I can't... I don't think you understand how much I've got in this. No, yes. Yes is the answer. Do I have time to? No. Do I have time to write this game? Probably. But I could get to exactly the same point in any other engine and not get any further. See, I actually think that isn't... I think that's actually size -1 there. This might work. Maybe. I've used CryEngine professionally before, I wouldn't use it again. That might now be +1 to bring it back into line with that. No, I already know Unreal, but I don't have time to port across everything from this game. This is a whole game. What have I done wrong here? Maybe that still is -1. The problem is that Unity... The problem is that I want a function to do this. I'm happy to do my own data. But the problem is, right, it all boils down to this line of code here. Right? This is the problem. The problem is... But no, I can't. I'll paste the line of code. This is the problem. What I want is a complicated system, and they've tried to be helpful. And thank you, Unity, for being helpful. That's it. That's the... remove the HTML thing. Shut up, it's not HTML. And that's the problem, is that it boils right down to one line of code. You've pasted me a code. I didn't write that code. But okay, sure. I'll be really sad if I can't write this game. Honestly, the game is... I can see it in my head. I'm like, oh, that's a good game. Yeah, apparently so. I've written it down. I will look at it tomorrow. Not doing it tonight. Currently, this is my spare time. My work day finishes at 6. I'm going to try and stop myself from going mental. So this should just be x plus equals 4. Okay. Int L lod scale equals 4. I don't know why they're crashing. They weren't crashing for me, so that is odd. Do you mean it crash? Do you mean it doesn't do it, or do you just mean it prints up an error message? Because it's not quite the same. Well, I'm glad you don't want to, because I'm not going to jump on it. Not sure if this will work. I guess we'll find out. So what I'll do now is, instead of that one, we'll pull out the MA lodverts, MA lod try list. Oh, client. Oh, that's probably why. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, cheers. Okay. That'll help. If I need to create the terrain chunk. Translating the game into another language is problematic. People seem to think that you just sit down and you just write it out in another language, you're done. It would... I would estimate 6 weeks to 12 weeks to port the game into a state that can be translated. I then estimate around 20,000 euros per language. I'm not spending 20,000 euros on translating the game. I'll give you a very quick example, and then I would like to move on. Very quick example. In the mission system, it says lab research complete because there's not enough room. Arthur says laboratory research complete. Lab and laboratory are two different words used in two different locations. If the game says something like research advanced cybernetics complete in French, that might be advanced cybernetics to research, so you have to swap them around. It is not as simple as give me all the text and convert it. Text is created and pushed together at runtime. It's complicated, it's expensive, very, very expensive to get it done right. I cannot rely on the community doing it. No offense, guys. How's that wiki going? Not being updated anymore. Okay. Is it our 4th or 5th wiki? Yes, it is. Yeah. Lost. Yeah, it's Steve. It's possibly something I've done. Yes, I agree. Everyone should use simplified English, like America does. I've done professional translation of programs before as well. I have some substantial experience in this area. I wish it was that straightforward, but it's just not. I've done wrong, man. Wait, size of... Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, see, that is height map size. I'm still hoping I get a solution for this, by the way. I can't even, like, I'm happy to bake the stuff out and load it back in again. I'm so happy to do things to fix it. Unfortunately, it's a very physics-based game. Yes, well, that doesn't work because it's terrain, you see. Fundamentally, there isn't another solution. Well, it's got other issues, but at least it's not crashing now. Now, interestingly, it's performance I care about, not bugs. And I might have the performance down to where we want it. Oh, well, it wasn't generating any. Get frame for ready chunks. Assign mesh. Add component. Add component. Add component. See, that's 3 milliseconds. That is absorbable. So what I've done is I've generated a 1/4 detail mesh and using that instead. He is correct. Sniper Dragon. He is correct. I can list you things that America have created: McDonald's, Walmart, The Gap, baseball, fuck yeah, the NFL, rock and roll, the internet, slavery, Starbucks, Disney World, porno, Valium, Reeboks, fake tits, sushi, Taco Bell, rodeos, Bed Bath & Beyond, Liberty, wax lips, the Alamo, Band-Aids, Las Vegas, Christmas, immigrants, Popeye, Democrats, Republicans, sportsmanship, books. I'm not on board with my own channel. It's from a song. It's from Team America World Police. Now, what have I done wrong here? So we're only creating a much smaller mesh. But we're dividing by a smaller number. Wait, hold on. Size in LR. Aha. We'll call this one. I was dividing it down twice, you see. Karolinka, you just repeated the question, which I answered in great detail. Yeah, so that's going to be the problem. We're going to get... I guess they're not sampling quite the right thing. But that's at 1/4 resolution. Right? And that will have collision. Frame rate is... possibly acceptable. Well, I don't know what I think that was. I don't know why Unity's fucking physics isn't threaded though. Now the real question is that actually going to cause a problem? Probably not. Now, you won't be seeing this mesh. This is purely the collision mesh. Now, I wonder why we've got the issue though. That means that the beginning of one height field and the end of the next one aren't looking at the same spot. Now, I purposely chose a number that divided down. So I'm just going to try 2. Now that's interesting. That is, again, this is probably going to be a 1/4 sine mesh, 20 milliseconds. Yeah. Now that's okay. That's oh no, that still has some. That shouldn't happen. Now, if I make it 8, so what will probably happen is I'll end up generating a 4, 2, and 8, and I'll have all the logs generated. I might better write this game after all. Yeah, now why is this the case? That means that those 2 points there didn't end up with the same number. So this might actually be size -4 or minus... Oh no, it's not -1 at all here, I don't think. I think we don't need to reduce that one. Okay, so it's not -1. It is -1. Why -1? Now that might be -8 then. Yeah, minus... Yeah, well, let's see what that gives us. Tarakash Imperial comes from Europe as well, though, so that's not a great example, is it? I'm kind of guessing a little bit here. Wait, Alex, you know that the Imperial system was invented by English people, right? In England. It's amazing how many Americans don't realise that. They're like, oh yes, well, we use the American standard system, the Imperial system. Oh yeah, the Imperial system. Do you know which empire that is? You're like, It's actually quite funny how few Americans seem to realise that. Overall, that I think I can get away with. I'm not sure it's going to be great on a low-end computer. And the worst thing is I can't save it. They just... Now the question is... Oops! It's so close. What went wrong? What went wrong? Just absolutely. So, just to check, those are not messed with. Good. And then all we do is we pick every 8th one. So if I say height equals 0, they should line up, I hope. Are they lining up? Yeah, they're definitely lining up. So it just means I'm not sampling the right point, which is odd because so I said, what empire did you think it was referring to? The Chinese Empire? The German Empire? It's the British Empire. It's honestly, it's really amused me how few people actually know this. So to me, it was just obvious, but it's surprising. Okay, let's have a look at some numbers so I can spot anything. Something is not a round number. That's what it is. I'm expecting everything to be multiples of 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh, Alvanas does have a point. I forgot England was actually invented by America using a time machine. Yeah, so that's 16. Lod scale is 8. So here... Now the height... Ah, wait a minute. I'm not including the extra height field. I can't just subtract 1. But we look at the next one. That means that this one is probably... Oh. So that's got to be -1. Has to be, or it just won't divide in. It has to be. It's just going to be a horrible number. 129 divided by 32 is not a good number. Again, it doesn't need to match up with this one. Just need to match up with itself. So it's okay to do that. That does not have to be -1. Can't be -1. The closest it could be is minus -0.8 or something. Yeah, so that is actually probably size in meters. It's probably L/1/Lod scale. Ooh, that's turning into some maths there. Yeah, and then that means we're calculating the coords incorrectly, but that might not matter. Okay, it does matter. Yeah, now this makes sense because we're actually passing in a 129 big height field. The 0th row is the 129th row of the previous one. It might actually be incorrect, but just too small to see. I can probably also only generate this collision mesh when necessary. Yeah, thought so. Well, I didn't. Yeah, I might not have noticed it. Because our height map is actually 129 big, and we then squidge that into 100. And that's a problem, because that doesn't match up. I can't generate it. I think 129 might actually be a prime number. Okay. Oh, 3. Oh, okay. If it's 129, I can do it a factor of 3. Because the thing is, the terrain map requires a height map size of 129. Because the height map resolution is 129, which actually is probably a bad idea, really. I'm just going to check this and go all the way back. Yeah, 129. Get value. Yes, okay. So that this is because I need to ignore the 129th entry in the array. Okay, now this is because the 0th, it gets from 0 to 127. The 128th 129th one is a loop, so I need to ignore that one and pretend it doesn't exist. But I was right. Time is it? Oh man, I can stop on that quarter now. Just want to work all the time. Uh, 128. Although it's set up to be 129, the 0th of this is the same as the 128th of the next. So it's seamless. I have to say Cyber Dragon is a very American name. Kind of cliched and pastiche. So we shouldn't have any subtracting by ones. We're just ignoring the last row of data. The last row of data is so when you're doing a steep height field, a steep snap, it looks into the next one. So I basically fixed this before in a silly way. I think what it is is that doesn't actually line up. So stretching that won't work. So if I don't subtract 1, what do we... Because I think we just end up with duplicate data at the beginning and the end. So this means we'll just generate an extra row. Yes, we'll generate an extra row. That... Well, it didn't. It got smaller. So however much I scale that, but that should be 100 further on. Side length should be 100. So I should go from 0 to height map size. So if I do 100 divided by 129, and then I do 129 times that, it's back to 100 again. Like now they should match up. They're just too small, and I don't see why I had to make them bigger. They shouldn't. They now should be exactly 100 big. Oh, Cyber Dragon, he's not pretending. He actually has mental problems. Yeah, now that's matching up perfectly. It's just the wrong size. That means it's the location. Oh, no, don't tell me it's this bit. I'm gonna mesh ready. No, it's... No, that's right. Okay, let's actually measure it now. Right, so I create an empty child, which is mesh renderer. Right, so if I now bad example. Okay, but if I now make this 100 by 100, 100 by 32 by 100. No, wait. And then I offset it by 50 along the right axis. Yeah, so it's actually not 100. Oh, it is 100 big? It's not 100 big. So this mesh here there. That mesh there is not 100 big. That mesh is only 99 big. Right, what? That means that the... I'm wondering if that should be less than equal to, you know. But I can stretch it. I should just be able to scale it out. But that just means that it's divided by that -1. Well, aren't we running around in circles here? I'm going to finish in about 10 minutes. I'm trying to not burn out, so I'm going to go and sit downstairs on the sofa. Well, beanbag. But I'll probably be doing some more of this maybe tomorrow. Honestly, that's looking sweet. This looks really good with the terrain. Like, good. Just for those of you who missed it, I should just be able to hopefully quickly switch back out to doing this, just so you can see the glory, utter glory of the terrain. So, No Man's Sky, as I said, speaking as someone who has been a programmer for a very long time, No Man's Sky is mind-blowingly good. Genuinely, hand on heart, I've not seen anything so technically impressive, possibly ever. Really. But I did write this in 3 days flat. The problem with it right now with this system is the thing. It's not height map, this is procedurally generated. But it all blends between the different layers. You've got sand down low, you've got rocks on steep bits. What? It's a rolling Perlin base using a billow for low frequency with ridge multifractals. I'm using something called Libnoise 3D. Looks good, doesn't it? Now, unfortunately, it's not really suitable for use in FortressCraft, but I've been looking at this going, that's some nice surface generation, and it really is great. Like that's as good as you're ever going to see in anything. But my system will do things the Unity one can't. So everything is the same colour. You can't do anything about that. You can't change the colour of the verts in Unity. And then I've also got a secondary system to inject height field modifications. This is based on the CPH code. So somewhere over here. So if I move this to... see it clearing out there. Well, this is not marching cubes. This is not voxelization. This is a height field. There are certain restrictions about what this cannot do. So I can't do caves. I mean, physically cannot do caves. It's not possible. Unfortunately, it's got to chew through a lot of incorrect data right now. That's why I'm talking about having a production line. Or it's broken. There's obviously a possibility. However, bright side, that's playable. Okay, you can see it's generating stuff here. It's got a big queue. You can't move like that. That's one of FortressCraft problems. Is I let the player move around a lot. You mentioned Yu-Gi-Oh! You set off my trap card. Right. So, I should be around tomorrow. I expect to be, though that isn't the same as will be. So I expect to be around tomorrow. Don't know my plan. I've got a bunch of things to fix. I don't have anything planned. This is going to be the first patch for FortressCraft where there's not going to be a new machine. Just nothing. There won't be any. I've not been doing that. I'd like to rebalance the particle filtration system a bit. I've had lots of complaints that it's too expensive. Fine. No one has gone, it's fine. Don't worry about it. That's fine to change it. Possibly railings, yes. I've pushed most of the rest of the stuff. Actually, railings are supposed to be using the system they didn't implement. Because, is it in this one? I'm so glad I've got that. I'm so glad I've got my rendering things. So I might mess around with this a bit later. Yeah. So, I'll link. Oh, I can't link it. I'll link it in Discord, by the way. And then when they drop the second lighting preview, yeah, I am going to drop FortressCraft like a stone, and I will spend the whole day doing iterative light maps, and I'm going to be in fucking hog's heaven, I tell you. So, there we go. Reverk, and I thought about it, but then I thought that kind of trivialises the achievement. Steve, just genuinely from the heart, thank you. Really, really, really. That was such an amazing job you did. I had to make very few changes. I'll fix the rest of the bugs, but honestly, thank you so much for that. That's really just amazing, because I don't know how long it took you. You never actually mentioned. I'm guessing a while. So, genuinely, 100%, that's fucking awesome. I can't think of anything more awesome. That's something people want the most. And you and I know you don't need it, but it's new players. New players like, oh, I really want to understand. No, you don't fucking need it. But yeah, and again, if anybody else writes mods and you want it in the game, I'm happy to put it in. Well, then you're just clearly a better programmer than me, which doesn't surprise me. No, I think you've done a great job. Absolutely. I mean, it's annoying that you can't control click either way. But it's still a lot better than it was. And it lets you look at what's in the storage hopper. Though the weird thing is, I was like, why can't I put any more in? And then I realised, of course, I was like, oh yeah, things stack inside storage hoppers. Because I put in a non-stackable item, but it doesn't take up any more or less room. Haha. Arvanis grinders. Yeah, I'll probably just do sort of a pass over everything and make everything 10% faster, 10% quicker, 10% cheaper. But overall, awesome. So I'm going to head off now and try and relax so I can actually get to sleep before 3 in the morning would be nice. Let me know if there's anything that we really need for the next patch. Pretty much it's just this server work. I think I broke the public server stuff. I tried to activate it, didn't work. But if you are on the patch and you can see the dedicated server, but probably you can't. Other than that, I will continue to work on FortressCraft. I will continue to work on my other projects, and you guys will get to see it all as it goes along. Todd is away for a couple of days. When he gets back, we will be doing another post, another sort of sweep across Adapter, and I'll be looking for playtesters. Again, if you can stream and you can talk, that's it. I would like to I'd like to get you to stream the game and me watch, just quietly go, what's going on? Right, I guess that's it for me. So thanks guys for watching. You're all completely awesome. And I will see you. I expect I'll see you tomorrow. There's a chance I won't. Oh, Strew, that's a good start. That's a good start. No, they're not real servers. No. Tarakesh. Tarakesh. The example servers. Hold on. Let me get a quick thing. The example servers are yours. So I'll link it in Discord. Go and have a look. So, I can link it. I can do it here, can't I? Yeah, the demo ones are google.com. Wait, why is that? Yeah, google.com. Tarakesh 1234 and Tarakesh. They're just the demo ones. They're not actually real. But public servers, if they don't work today, they'll work tomorrow. So I'm off. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, and on Tarakesh, I'll see you on Saturday. Bye.